If not, maybe here's some knock and bang, boom, blow a hole in the block, who knows. But alright, so I'm finally working on the Audi again. It's been a while, months really, since I pulled it in here. Since we put the engine, if you watched that video, me and the girlfriend, we dropped the engine, the transmission in here. I really just set it in. I haven't done anything since then. I did do a bit of wiring. I connected the starter, and it does, the starter clicks when I turn the key. I haven't done anything other than that. Injectors aren't even on there. There's no intake manifold, exhaust manifold. The drive shaft's not connected. There's no crosser for the transmission mount. A bunch of stuff like that. So I'm gonna start on that again today. First thing I'm gonna do, originally, if you've seen the earlier videos, I was planning to put this engine and transmission in my A6. It was one of my first cars. This was going to be the parts car, but plans changed. So originally I took the clutch, pedals, everything out of this. So now I'm going to put that back in, and then we'll get the bolt and the drive shaft up and get it all bolted back together. I'm going to have to get some parts for this. It needs the headlights, taillights, stuff like that, but we'll get this going and start getting this car back together. Just charging my light before I get started here. There's a couple wires and stuff was cleaned up here. Wires didn't go anywhere. I don't know. It was parts cars. There's lots of stuff's been removed. We had lots of aftermarket stuff that people have been bought and whatnot before I bought what was left of the car. Got the pedals and everything in here. Just gonna work on lining them up where they go. Pretty sure this here goes to that bolt up top in there. I'll work on getting that up in there and then connect some wires. Clutch pedal has to come off actually. Remember correctly now. Alright, it's in position. Sure if you can see it, you can see all that, but bit of a struggle, but I got it up in there. Let's see if we can find all the bolts. See, it's been a while, so they're in little bins and whatnot. I got them sorted somewhat. And I did check before, all the TDI throttle connectors and stuff do connect to this. So actually, now that I think about it, I'm not going to connect any of that for now, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm gonna wire all this yet. I think I'm probably I'm just gonna use everything off the TDI, wire it all into the cab, and worry about tying it all in later. It's been years since I've been working on this car, getting parts together and stuff for actually my other car. So I just want to get this thing rolling. Well, I got that all in there good enough for now. It's a little tough to get it in over the steering column there. I took the clutch pedal off and then I put the rest of it up there first. Even doing that, it's still a little tough. You really got to pry on it to get it over the clutch pedal back on there kind of thing. I tried doing it without taking it off. I really can't see it fitting it over there. It wants to get, maybe he took all those wires and stuff out of there because the clutch pedal wants to get tangled in that. But otherwise, I think the best bet is to take that clutch pedal off. I just got one bolt in there for now. I'm gonna leave it like this for now. And then I'm gonna go work on the outside of the car, connect the clutch back to the pedal back to the transmission, brake booster, whatever. All that still needs to go back together. Brake reservoir. It's all still just a mess in there. Well, I'm gonna do some more cleanup under here. There's no AC on this motor, so I'm gonna take all that AC stuff out of there, clean that all up a bit, get the air compressor to get all the leaves, pine needles, everything out of here. Well, and then I think that's pretty all that for now. And we're on to the engine itself after that. Hey, I didn't put that clip on. all cleaned up. Just gotta connect the clutch line there. I can connect it to the pedal, but I can't really connect it to the transmission until the transmission's hoisted up back into place. It's sitting down low right now. I'll get the brake, all that back together, brake pedals, everything, clutch line connected, and then we'll worry about the transmission itself after, I guess. At the same time, I've been doing everything. I've been trying to get all my parts laid out here. I think I still have more in the other car because this doesn't seem like, yeah, I'm definitely missing stuff. I'm missing axles, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. Ooh, Audi. Look at that. I didn't fit in this. Alright, we got the parts now. Wires I gotta get. Not right now though. There we go. There's parts. Alright, so we're back working on the Audi. Let's see if I can get the drive shaft back on there. Oh yeah, and then the cross member over by Mini there. Cross member goes on the transmission here. I'll get that back up in place. I want to see if I can get everything back in place, the engine. Then I can make sure once it's all lined here, then I can start working on getting my my engine mount made, the fab up my own engine mount. Because yeah, what's in there right now is in the way of the turbo ski. Turbo's gonna go right there. You know that. Yeah, so we'll get that cross member goes back down in there. We'll get that in place. Alright, so as I thought, the whole engine and transmission had to go back a bit. The drive shaft wasn't reaching. It was, I don't know, maybe 1/4 inch or so short. Maybe a little more. So there's a bunch of different holes on the engine mounts here. So I just lifted it up and I shifted it back a hole. Yeah, so it wasn't in that hole there, but it was covering that one. So I guess so there's a couple underneath there you can't see, and then same thing on this side here. It was yeah, forward a bit more. You kind of see where it was sitting there. So now it reaches good. I'm just about to start putting the bolts back in. Show what's going on here. So yeah, now I have the drive shaft connected. I'm just gonna put the bolts in hand tight, and then I'm gonna start getting that cross member in where the jack stands holding right now. I guess the jack. I guess we have to get some jack stands in there to hold that while I move the jack. But we're getting it. Alright, got all the bolts in here. It's pretty cool now to see the tires actually turning. Wow. It's something like this. So yeah, now I'm gonna put some jack stands under that. Get my jack out of there. Get that cross member in. It's been a while, but if I remember correctly, there are bolts in there. I don't know, I really have to see. It's been a while since I had this out here. I think it does bolt to those body mounts there. I know, right here I guess. Yeah, I think both. Yeah, there's 3 bolts on each side. Alright, so I got all the bolts in. It's all tightened up. Got the cross member in there. Still need to find the one nut that attaches to the transmission there. Everything's all bolted in. Got the shifter. I also bolted that in there. Got a couple screws attached to that blue piece there in still. But for the most part, everything's all bolted up. It's just kind of fine details now. I need to, well, not really. There's this mount here. I need to fab up an engine mount for this side. So I guess I'll work on bracing the engine in there somehow. Getting the jack out of there and that mount off so I can make my own lower one. I guess I'll put the turbo on because I have to work around the turbo and need to know where I can and can't put the mount sort of thing. So yeah, I'm not sure. I might put a board underneath the engine. I'll see how it's going to mount in there. So I got everything all bolted up, the mount off. I got the engine lifted up. I just got a block of wood out there for now, and it's still hanging on the hoist here. That's just to keep it from shifting side to side. And I got the exhaust manifold turbo on there. Definitely looks a lot cooler with the turbo on it. I'm gonna start just making a mount here. I'm just gonna start with angle iron here. I have an old bed frame. So first I'm thinking I'm gonna do, there's 2 bolt holes here I can use. Like that aiming all where I want it. As usual. Anyways, So I'm gonna get a piece of metal here. I'll probably leave it a little longer. I know something like that to start with. I can always cut it off after. After that, I'm gonna put a piece up and down here, and then I'm gonna come out from there on an angle, something like that. Probably two of them, one here, and then one down to join it. Maybe something in between. We'll see. Strength up as much as I can. Probably have one in the middle to connect the two. It's really not gonna be the thickest, but I think if I put enough pieces, I can get it strong enough that it'll hold. At least testing, whatever kind of thing. Get something going on here. So I kind of skipped a bit here, but I've got my bracket pretty well made. Need to grind it down a bit. It's pretty good. Maybe if you're doing this, don't it well and grind over your wooden workbench, brand new wooden workbench. That's not a good idea. So got this made. I just did it by it's just some old angle iron. I might make something better eventually, but for now this should work. Can't remember exactly. How does this go? Something like this, I think. Oh, yeah, something like that. I still need to get like a hockey puck or something to use as a bushing on that side. And I think that's lowered down a bit from where I had it before. But yeah, that should work pretty good. So I'm gonna grind this down, clean it up a bit. Might have to do a little more welding on it. It's not the greatest, but it should hold for now. And I might even, once to get in there, get some more bracing in once I get all the piping and everything routed for the turbo exhaust and stuff. Yeah, so that's where we're at. I just did this one piece at a time. First I did one across here. There's two holes here with threaded holes that I could bolt into. So I found bolts for that and I put a piece in. I left it a little long. And I did one down along these bolt holes here to that. And then I made one from back here over to the mount on the body. And then I did one from this side over there, and then I did a brace down in the middle. I might end up doing basically another brace over to here, something like that, but we'll see how much room I got when I'm done and how much it flexes when I put weight on it. If it's solid and doesn't flex at all, then I'll probably just leave it, but we'll see. Alright, so I got it all bolted up. I'm gonna put the weight on it and see if it, how much flex we got. Let's get it light. Alright, let's see here. That's pretty solid. Awesome. Well, I'll get the engine hoist out of the way, and then I'll get some paint on that. I guess we'll move on. We'll start hooking up injector lines and stuff like that. Finish up some wiring and get to a first start. That'll be pretty cool. Need to work on some exhaust too. I'm not sure. Eventually I'm gonna do a full exhaust, but I want to give it a test drive first. It's looking pretty good. I got the motor mount all painted, bolted on there good. I swapped out one of the power steering lines there. This one here, this is the Audi one. The TDI one was on there before. Got the injector lines on there. We're getting there. Just got some more small stuff to do. Your rad hoses. Finish the power steering lines. Gotta bleed the brakes, stuff like that. Get the clutch working. But I think probably before that, I'm still gonna want to fire it up. So just got a bit of electrical here. Need to pull the wiring out of the other Audi and the intake. Stuff like that. Then we'll be ready to fire up. That'll be cool. I need to put some oil in it too. Alright, so now this is starting to come along. I think it's time to go get some parts off the other Audi. Need to get some of the wiring harness, front axles. I'm not sure where the rest of the. I think that, yeah, I know we'll have to get the exhaust. It's not on the car, but it's somewhere over there too. We'll start getting ready to get this thing running. It's too bad everything would have bolted it up in this. Maybe one day I'll make it here. She's pretty sweet. Nope. Guess that's probably my bin of parts. The intake. Oh, there's the intake right there. Air intake. My work. It's the dash off the Golf. I got the TDI from. I was gonna use it to make some kind of a gaming simulator setup or something. I think we need all this intercooler and stuff. I guess I'll get this bin out of the way. It's pretty wild out there. I'll come back, I'll unbolt some wiring and all that. Alright, I'll be back. Well, I think I got everything I need here for now. I'm gonna come back for those axles, but I don't really need them to test it to get it running. I want to get a first start going here. Some black smoke in the shop. So coming along, got the intake pro all figured out there. I might lengthen some wires and bring it forward a bit, have it sitting more like down here. But that'll do for now for a test start kind of thing. I've been working on the wires, getting everything routed, bringing it through the boots, stuff like that. Probably gonna have to drill a hole through the fire, or not the firewall, but through this here, and then kind of route this through there instead of over the top. Then I got some more wires to connect up there, and I've got most of the vacuum lines all sorted out here, kind of all where I'm gonna route them. I got one wire I need to fix here. I was screwing around with the intercooler here. It's looking like I'm probably gonna have to get some new piping. Just the way the engines, it used to be transverse, the engine, so I've turned it sideways from the way it used to be. So everything really isn't lining up. The intercooler would kind of want to sit back in there, I guess. So I might have to do some drilling. Like this is supposed to go up and into here. I can pretty well get it on, but the way that's it, it's not all right. Maybe make it work, but I still got to screw around with it a bit more. Need to get the fuel filter mounted probably up in this corner. I'm really getting close to starting actually. I need to get some oil in it. I can probably fire it up really. I don't think I'm missing much else. Well, I guess I need to bleed the lines. I'll probably do a video just on that, bleeding the lines. Yeah, it's definitely looking more like a complete engine now. Pretty happy with how it's going. Yeah, I still need to get the axles off the other car. But we're just going to work on trying to get started for now. I want to hear this thing run again. Okay, so now I'm moving on to the exhaust here. I don't have much of it. I'm gonna have to make something else from there on. But just to start it up, I'm just gonna put this piece on. But the way it's angled here, it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna cut it right about here, as close as I can to that bend, something like this. And then I'm gonna cut it here, and I'm gonna weld it together and take out that middle, the angle. It's gonna be a straight exhaust, because the exhaust right now comes off the back of the turbo. Exhaust bolt to the back of the turbo right there, and it's gonna go straight down into there. But that'll be nice. Eventually I can connect on and put a full exhaust. So for now it's just gonna dump under the cab there. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut this, basically put it on like this, and we'll hook her up. Alright, got that all cut, welded up. Fit pretty good. I already kind of had it on there. I marked it and packed it and stuff, so I do know it's gonna fit. We'll get that on there, and then I guess I'll do the EGR plate now. Weld that up. For my homemade EGR delete plate I'm making here, I'm gonna take a piece of the old EGR tube. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna leave it a little longer here, something like that maybe. And then I'm gonna put it in the vise. I'm gonna squish that all back down in, and I'm gonna weld it all up, cover it all in weld, and then it'll be sealed up solid, and I'll bolt that back on. Well, I actually ended up having to adjust the angle on it a bit. It was aiming towards the engine transmission too much, but my weld turned out better this time anyways. So I just gotta bolt that up. Just got missing a bolt on the starter there. I think some kind of hanger in the back. That'll be that for the exhaust. Yeah, so I ended up actually having to put a nut on there also. That should work pretty good. Still gotta drill that one stud bolt out of there. Luckily that one goes right through the other side. And put a nut and bolt if I have to. A couple things to finish still, but we're getting there. Alright, so we're getting close to firing this thing up. I just finished doing overflow coolant lines. I did finished up the power steering lines. Tidied up the vacuum lines a bit. Oh, I fixed some wiring here. Tidied up the wiring up here a bit. Got all the positive stuff to one cable so I connect to the battery at once instead of having two separate wires or clamps around the battery kind of thing. Yeah, I originally wanted to use the Audi overflow tank, but it ended up the hose lines and stuff were all different sizes than the TDI stuff, so it was just a pain in the ass. It was easier to use that. Doesn't look as nice. And actually, I don't think that's gonna work there. I'm gonna have to move it because the hood won't be able to close like that. Yeah, no, definitely not. So yeah, I'm not sure I'll do that. I'll have to move it down more somehow. Probably lower than that. Maybe if I make a bracket, I don't know, we'll see. And then I worked on the electrical in here a bit. I got the ignition in here. Got some more of the wires connected. Got it tucked up away a bit. I didn't want to put it all away too much until I get it running, make sure everything's good. Still need to tape up some stuff like that a bit. But other than that, I think next time you see it, I'll be starting it. Or actually, I got two things before I start it right now. I need to bleed the fuel system. I need to run some lines from here over to a fuel filter over here. Around there somewhere. And then once that's good, well, before that I need to put oil in it, and then I'll do that. And there's one more thing. What was it? Oh yeah, the oil line. I'm waiting for an oil return line to come in for the turbo. Oh yeah, and I need to bolt that on, drill that out. And the next video we'll be starting it up, or trying to anyways, we'll see. Should run. Oh yeah, the vacuum lines I did, I forgot. It was all the brake booster stuff. This wasn't connected at all to the engine. I've finished all the rest of the vacuum lines. Just noticed this dipstick's loose, I'll fix that. Yeah, I think that's that for now. Yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned next time. We'll see it's fired up. If not, maybe here's some knocking, bang, boom, blow a hole in the block, who knows. But hopefully this thing will just fire up. So that'll be cool. It'll be cool to see us drive out here. Maybe we'll do some donuts out front in the snow soon. I know I'm missing some parts still, but it's still good for donuts, right?